Good morning, everyone. Tina Spalding Trance Channel here today. I've been getting the nudge to do a video for the public, so I'm going to do that for you today. I do want to mention, though, that we have got some in-person retreats coming up this winter. If you would like to get information about those, I'm not advertising them individually here, please go to channelingjesus.com and give us your email. We do not send out a lot of emails. We only send them out if there's something important coming up, like a retreat, for example, or a live stream of that retreat. So we have a retreat coming up on the 14th, 15th, and 16th of November from Sedona, Arizona, and you will be able to buy live stream tickets soon. We don't have the link just yet, but we would like you to give us your email so that we can send that to you when it comes available. And if you don't want to buy the live stream event, the recordings will become available. So at this point, I'd like to just remind you that on the website, we have a shop label there. And if you click on shop and go down, it will say various recordings. In that particular section, we have all of our retreat recordings for sale. I do want to bring your attention once again to our 10th anniversary event that is for sale on that particular page. It was an amazing day, and I think for those of you that enjoy channeled material, to see these new channels doing all different kinds of messages would be of great benefit. It is a very affordable day's entertainment. It's a whole day. We went from 10 till 4. And it was a tear-jerking, wonderful, wonderful experience. I have mentioned it before, but for those of you that haven't watched that yet, it is something for you to consider. I also want to bring to your attention today our community. We have a Channeling Jesus community, and you can join for $33 a month, and it gives you access to hundreds and hundreds of hours of in-depth Q&As with Jesus and Ananda. Things that you can't just get on YouTube here. So I'd like to remind you that that is available too. If you're finding the world overwhelming right now, if you're finding the news cycle and threats of war and famine and all of that stuff getting to you, it's time to dive deeper into your spiritual practice. It's time to dedicate some time and perhaps a few dollars a month to accessing information that is going to keep you focused on spirit. It's not going to happen by accident. Focusing on spirit is something you have to choose with your free will. And I'd just like to let you know that that is available for you. But if you don't want to join the community, do go to the shop, go down to various channelings and have a look through the different retreats recordings. And there you will find hours and hours and hours of really in-depth discussion about many of the topics that you are interested in. So that's enough of that. Let's see what Jesus has to say to us today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. Our dear one is being prompted to do this video because of the intensity of the news and information that's coming to your planet at this time. Many of you are, even if you are not TV watchers per se, you are being dragged into the news cycle. Now you have a big election coming up in the United States. You have high inflation in Europe and talk of lack of energy. We want you to understand that this is the ego's playground. This world is the ego's playground. It is designed to keep you in separation. This is not something that most of you think about. You think that God created this world for you. Why did God create this world for you? Well, the fact of the matter is you created this world for yourself. You created this world for yourself so that you could see what you believe in, so that you could experience what you believe in, and so you could decide if what you believe in is good and true. That is what this place is for. It is for you to experience your consciousness so that you can decide if your consciousness is in a place that is acceptable. If you are feeling anxious, if you are feeling scared, if you are afraid for the future, You are off track and you are believing the ego's playground's messages. So when you are brought into separation by your own desire to be in separation, we want you to understand that nobody is doing this to you as a punishment, although it may feel like it to some of you. You have manifested a body that supports your belief in separation. So your senses, your 5 senses, bring you information that supports your belief. So if you have come into separation, you believe in separation, and so your senses will bring you information about separation and death and being apart from God, because that is what you have chosen to do, and that is okay. We don't punish you for that. We don't berate you for that. We want you to understand that this is the place where you learn what not love feels like. This is where not love comes to play. And so you are all experiencing that now with these messaging systems that have taken over your world. We want you to understand that you have your own messaging system that is connected to the divine, that is connected to your guides and teachers. But if you consistently listen to the ego's messaging system, which is manifested now in your mainstream media, television, the movies, that kind of thing, then you are not going to listen to your own messaging system, which is your guidance system. We have said this before, but we want to remind you again. When you came to Earth and you left the mothership, oneness, we'll call it, the mothership said, "Are you sure you want to go down to Earth by yourself?" And you said, "Oh yes, absolutely. There's all kinds of things down there that I want to play with and enjoy." And so the mothership said, "Okay, well, we'll send you down, but we're going to keep in constant communication with you. It'll be through your feelings. If you feel good, it means that you're heading in the right direction. We're going to send you feelings of feeling good if you're heading towards aspects of the earth plane that are safe and good and kind for you. If, however, we see your little pod heading towards a storm or heading towards a bridge that's been washed out or heading towards some kind of danger, we will send you feelings of negativity." Very, very simple. Good feelings mean you're heading in the right direction. Bad feelings mean you're not heading in the right direction and you need to change course. And we will send you information on how to change course. "Okay," you said, "I'll go in." And mothership said, "Okay, that's what you want. That's what we're going to give you freedom because we love you. And we know that there are things you're going to learn when you're on the earth plane." So that's really what's happened to you. What's happened, however, to a lot of you, is that someone's hacked into your communication system. So what's happening now is you're receiving messages from Earth sources in advance of the messaging system coming from the mothership. You have been hacked. You have been told that the news is where you go to find out what's happening in the world. You have been told to go to the shops or the liquor store to feel better by buying something or drinking something, or the fast food by eating something. This has all been hacked into your mind through the messaging systems that you have grown up with. You may not be watching television that much now, but you are on Facebook and you are on Instagram. You are being hacked still. If you are not on those things, the hacking that took place when you were young, in school, in religion, in TV, Gilligan's Island, whatever shows you were watching, commercials, that hacking is still taking place and affecting you. Many of you may have noticed that you are sabotaging yourselves. You may be doing things that you don't want to do. You may be drinking alcohol and you know it's bad for you. You may be eating junk food and you know it's not good for you. You may be watching television shows that you know are not high frequency. Why are you doing this if you know better? You all know how to eat healthily. You all know what is violent television looks like and what it does to the mind. And yet we see you doing this over and over and over again. We want you to understand this, that the hacking that has taken place throughout your incarnation is still at play. So we want you to be very, very well aware that you have to retrain your mind. That is what you have to do. You have to retrain your mind away from believing that the news that's coming through that little screen, whether it be your computer or your television or your phone, is not the news you want to get. It is not the way to happiness. It is not the way to peace. It is not the way to joy. We have been bringing you hundreds, perhaps now even over 1,000 videos of information that is designed to help you through this particularly difficult time in your planet's history. We want you to take advantage of that. We give you lots of free information here, hundreds of videos here, but there is a deeper dive that you can take. Our dear one has mentioned the retreat recordings. These are something that we would like you to consider purchasing. Even if you purchase one and listen to it over and over and over again, you will find within its confines a deep dive into your consciousness and why it is the way it is and how to help yourselves. There are, of course, many, many free videos. You don't need to do that. But when we do a retreat, when we do a 90-minute live stream, we are able to go into much more detail. And we also want you to understand that this is about investing in yourself. This is about investing in something that is designed to assist you up in frequency. Now, some of you would say, Jesus would never charge for his work, and I am not charging for my work. This video that you're listening to now is free. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of free videos on this particular platform, and you are free to listen to them and watch them as often as you want. And they have contained within them all the information you need. But there is something about buying something in your society that makes you value it. When you invest in something, your education, a nice car, whatever it is, you value it and you look after it and you respect it. There is a strange attitude in your society that if something is free, it's of no value. Even though you will attack somebody who charges for something that you think should be free, you are in fact shooting yourself in the foot a little bit, as you say, in your society. Because when something is free, you don't value it as much. You don't treasure it as much. And so we want you to understand this, that your spiritual health right now is the most important thing for you to invest in, because it is your spiritual immunity through your spiritual education and health that is going to allow you to weather the storm that is hitting Earth at this time. It is a storm of conscience. It is a storm of consciousness. It is a storm, a war of information. And most of you are getting the wrong information. And you are not listening to the mothership anymore. You are listening to the hacked in information that's coming into your pod, your body-mind complex, and it is not serving you. So if you feel anxious, if you feel afraid, if you feel concerned, if you feel fear, if you feel anger, if you feel resentment, any of these negative emotions, remember, it is a message from the mothership telling you that you are off track. And you need to focus on the messaging coming from the mothership, which is the messages that we are bringing you today. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I'll speak to you again soon. All right, once again, you can go to channelingjesus.com and go to shop, and you will see various recordings there. And that's where you can peruse all of our retreat recordings that will bring you some very interesting information, in-depth channeling. And if you would like to attend an in-person event or receive live streaming links when they're available, go to channelingjesus.com and leave us your email. I'll see you soon. Bye.